We're in today with the 8800 GS from ASUS. This is a 2008 video card with 96 shaders. It's got 384 megabytes of VRAM GDDR3, running at 555 megahertz on the core clock, 800 megahertz on the memory clock, 192 bits bus width, DirectX 10, and today we're gonna pair it up with this i7 4th Gen with 4 cores and 8 threads. This is a big challenge to test that video card, but the best thing we can do for this is just jump in a couple of games and see how it holds. Let's go. Let's start with World of Tanks and see how it holds here, because based on this game I know how the computer is holding. So in this situation I will say, you know what, this is gonna be very interesting performance. That 300 megabytes of VRAM is not okay in this situation. I got 1080p with minimal details. This is okay-ish theoretically, you know, but sometimes it's not okay, you know. That's 300 megabytes of VRAM today to play online games, yeah, not okay. Maximum core load, there is no temperature, there is no fan speed. I don't know what's going on with this video card, but in this situation you can see that I have some small problems, but I'm not gonna ditch the video card because of this, you know. I will say the video card itself, it's adjustable, you know. I can adjust based on the VRAM. In this situation there is no problem on utilizing it, you know. The core is not that bad, you know. I mean 555 megahertz on the core clock, it's not okay, you know, but I can work it out, you know. I can put 1080p minimal details and maybe adjust the render scale if the game allows me. If not, I have to swap it to 900p or 720p in order to get this video card to run with some playable FPS. If I go in the settings and I put this, let's say, to 75% render scale, yeah, and play the game like this, you're gonna see this is the FPS that I want, you know. The moment I move around, put everything, you know, in sniping mode, look to the bushes, foliage, you're gonna see that the performance is there, you know. It's not dropping below 60 FPS, but I have to adjust that render scale. Some games don't have that, and I have to swap the resolution, and that's it, you know. That's the only thing I have to do, from 1080p to maybe 720p or 900p if it's holding, and that's it. Let's try and see if it's working with Battlefield on 720p with low details. This is going to be a very interesting performance test because you know, 300 megabytes of VRAM, and if I can fill it up, I'm going to be very disappointed because I want the game to not utilize maximum VRAM in this case. So like I said, 720p with low details, you're going to see that it's holding okay-ish theoretically. Oh yeah, let's test the video card with a jet. I'm still on the good side here with the video card because it's not maximum VRAM. Oh, do a better roll than 370 megabytes of VRAM. A valid question. Does it run Crysis? On 720p with low details, I got 373 megabytes of VRAM utilized. This is the only concern I have with this video card, seriously. Okay, so let's take a look and see how it's performing with this, you know, because majority of the time you will wonder, this video card has got only 300 megabytes of VRAM, it doesn't do nothing, you know, but based on the performance that I got until now, I can say that it's actually a good video card. Maybe you can put it in a different operating system and have different type of performance, because maybe the drivers is not allowing me to see the temperature and the fan speed, but in this case you can see that it's doing okay with 377 megabytes of VRAM, 100 FPS. So the question is, does it run Crysis on this occasion, you know? Well, based on the performance I got here, I think there is a possibility to go on medium or high details, you know, and I'm looking to see if I get any lows, any below 100 FPS, and if I got 100 FPS, I think there is a chance you could put more details. But in this case, with low details, you can see that the video card is actually capable of delivering some nice gameplay. Not on high quality, on low quality, but is doing the job. This is medium details. On medium details, instead of actually running with low quality, you can see I got 60 FPS already. 170 watts, considering what video card I have. Yeah, it's using an external power connector, so I would say this is a valid performance from this computer. What about Fallout? I like this idea this game is offering. I got 80%, 70% load on the video card core, 383 megabytes of VRAM. So if I go around, see, I do this, apparently based on the VRAM, I got some stutter. So that means if I want to make this game running a little better, I have to just drag down the quality from Ultra 720p to maybe high or medium details, and I will have a decent performance. In this situation, you can see that the handicap is the VRAM in this case. You know, the wattage is good, the load is good. I think the thermal is good with this too. So the system doesn't have any problems. 4.5 gig of system RAM. In this case, you can see that the game looks fantastic, you know, with this video card. It's performing really well. The quality is good. I almost got the FPS because of that VRAM, you know. So all in all, I can say there is a chance for this video card to actually work with games like this, you know, but you need just a little adjustment on the quality in order to not fully drag that VRAM at the edge. And if you can do that, then you're good, you know. In this case, the VRAM, it's not helping at all, but the quality is there, the performance is there with this video card. So all in all, I can say this is actually a valid experience with this video card. Old but gold, if they say it like that. No, this is actually a decent performance from this video card. I got 1080p with maximum details, and I remember this video card not being capable of delivering performance because of that VRAM, but this game actually utilizes all the video cards properly. What do you mean properly? I mean, every single time I entered this game, I didn't use too much VRAM. So in this situation, instead of actually saturating the VRAM, I'm gonna max out the core frequency. You can actually see that is maximum, the core load is maxed out, you know, and everything, it's actually fantastic. You know, the quality is good, the performance is good, stays around 50-60 FPS, but that is easy adjustable. Either you change the resolution, let's say to 900p, that is actually adequate, but if you're not interested on lowering the resolution, you can put let's say instead of maximum to high details or medium details, and you'll have decent performance. Can I go there? I want to go there. Wow, look at that. Shit. No. I think this is a type of game that needs to be put on a video card like this, you know. I got 720p with maximum details in this case, and you can actually see the video card doesn't have any problems. It's giving me 70, 90 FPS. It's very volatile on the FPS side, but the VRAM is not maxed out. So in this case, I will call this a big win when it comes to retro gaming, because this is a game that needs to be on your list, you know, if you're interested on playing with games like this. So in this case, I will call this a big win. The system doesn't have any problems. 3.8 gig of system RAM used, you know, in order to get this amount of FPS. Less than 10% on the CPU side with 15 watt consumption. I think a dual core CPU will actually be okay in this case with this game. But on the GPU side, you can see that is not utilizing the VRAM. Only 130 megabytes of VRAM in order to get this game with 720p maximum details. You can go 1080p if you're interested, but in this situation, I just wanted to keep it clean, like a retro style with 720p. You can go 1080p, but the dips will be bigger. You can actually see some spikes here and there. Yeah, now if you are on 1080p with this video card, you're gonna have even lower, like constant dips in the frame time. I think going for medium details, locking the FPS will be advisable, because it will be very constant and it will be okay for the gameplay. I can't do too much for this video card in this situation. You know, the core frequency, the memory amount of VRAM, you know, is not helping in this case. So in this S.T.A.L.K.E.R with 720p, medium details, full dynamic light, you can actually see the game is struggling to get 60 FPS. 60 FPS, it's not that hard, you know. I think in order to make this game run okay-ish, I think I have to put maybe low details or something and take down that full dynamic light in order to get playable FPS. Maybe put it into low light or something, like in not basic light, you know, like static light, some basic light that allows me to have some shadows and some effects in the game that allows me to immerse myself, you know, in not being on super low quality. But you can see that the game is almost there with this performance with medium details. I got in the city, I got like 40-50 FPS, but if you go outside, you get, look at this, 100 FPS. Very weird, you know, this setup in this case. It's maximum core load, 300 megabytes of VRAM utilized, but in the city where there's a lot of people, it's kind of hard, you know. When you come to this plonker, you can see that I got a lot of spikes here. The spikes are here, see? You can actually see that the spikes are maybe because of the objects on the shelves. I don't know, doesn't matter. In this case, I got 60 FPS. It's very good with the performance, with the FPS, but all in all, I can say that if I go into the city, 40 FPS, 50 FPS. That amount of VRAM doesn't help this video card, seriously. That amount of VRAM, 300, under 400 megabytes of VRAM. I think the best thing you can do for this is just put this video card in an XP machine. You know, Windows XP or something that, like something similar, you know, with older games that doesn't exceed 100 megabytes of VRAM. You know, whenever I was playing with those AGP video cards, I think this video card falls in that category, you know, with games that barely saturates an 100 megabytes of VRAM video card. Regardless, it's in the collection. I'm very grateful that I have it. I will find another time other games to play with it, but until then, the only thing I can say is that it's a good video card for all games. And that's it. They are very cheap now. I don't know what happened with them, but they are very cheap. You know, if you can find yourself one that is cheap, it's okay. If not, let it go and find something that is good for your retro machine, you know, for your retro gaming. If you have any suggestion for this video card or for the system, leave a comment and I will see you very soon.